Wanted to make a video and just What? Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video and just talk about some things that I would encourage my fellow pitchers to be doing. Looking back at my career, I really wish, and someone probably did this, but I was just too freaking stubborn and ignorant to even listen to anybody because, you know, you're young. I wish someone would have pulled me aside some point in my career and just said, dude, just do these things. Here's a list. And so that's what I'm going to give you guys today. Feel free to not listen. Feel free to listen and apply some of these things that I'm going to be talking about. First things first, as a pitcher, as an athlete, you got to find what works for you. Things you should be doing, all right? Number one, throw a lot. It's crazy to see the way that the development industry is kind of working these days, especially at the youth level, because we put restrictions on guys, right? We fear injuries, so we do less. My encouragement for every pitcher, every thrower is to do it more. If you're an athlete, body is equipped to adapt to any stress, any stimulus that you give it over time, right? My dad did such a good job for me growing up was that, dude, we threw a lot. Throwing's fun, dude. It doesn't have to be the throwing that, you know, is max effort every single day. I don't want people to get into a mindset in which, okay, I only have 20 throws or I'm going to get hurt today. Like, no, dude. I realized when I was editing this video, when people were going to watch this, they're going to be like, oh, just go out and throw more. What if our throwing mechanics are inefficient? It doesn't mean that your pitching mechanics just magically become perfect or efficient. It just means that your body is going to have a lot more repetitions to problem solve within the movements. This is another point why I think the restriction of throwing, especially at the youth level, restricts your body's ability to find what that efficiency looks like or feels like. So it's almost that double-edged sword where it's like, yeah, we don't want to get hurt by throwing more, but if you throw more, your body gets more opportunity to problem solve, to then solve the problem of how do we do this more because of the demand being more. This is the same philosophy behind long toss, pull downs, throwing with maximum intent. When the environment demands more output, the body adapts to handle it more efficiently. Strength matters, mobility matters, recovery matters. For the parents out there, dude, like, yes, a 10-year-old's not gonna have the most perfect mechanics, but if you restrict a 10-year-old to throw 20 times a day, the body is way less likely to find that self-organization for efficiency. Sometimes it's not so much about throwing maximum intent 7 days a week at 10 throws a day, right? I love the idea of just throwing more, have more opportunity to find efficiency. Hopefully that piece makes sense. Back into the video. Throw far and throw at things. If we looked at the simplicity of throwing a baseball, guys ask me all the time, hey, how do I command the ball better? Throw at objects more, right? Like go into the backyard and set up little things that you can throw at and freaking try to throw at them, right?
You got to hit that Oat Specialties target up yonder.
Even long toss, right? Like throw at freaking certain things that are 300 feet away and do it for a week straight until you do it. We kind of overcomplicate the development process nowadays, right?
Oh, there it is. You guys see that? I felt it.
Shoot, the way my dad grew up was just going out into his backyard, throwing up rocks and hitting them as hard as he could with a stick. And he turned into a power hitter.
This one to center and deep. Mack going back. It's gone.
A great way to practice command, better location, is to just be a little bit more intentional with your command. When you throw at things, whether it's targets, whether it's cans, bottles, whatever, like throw at things, man, and try to hit them. Throw at goalpost. When I look back at my career, the best command that I think I ever had, I was coming back from lat surgery, dude, and I was throwing by myself a lot. Every time I threw, I was either throwing at a goalpost from a football field or a net that had like a specific square target. The more that you throw with an intentional purpose, the better you're going to get it, right? Don't just throw to throw. Give me a target, meat. Let's go.
I'm not into it.
Come on, give it to me. Jeez, oh, Pete.
You know when you shake me off that I'm not going to give a target.
Refocus. And still on the subject of throwing, dude, take ground balls, pitchers. Take ground balls and have time-sensitive throwing to a specific object. That's the best freaking development tool, I would say, for a pitcher. Take the mind out of the equation, give them a task, hit them a ground ball. Hey, you have 4 seconds from the time in which the ball gets hit to the time in which you throw the ball and it hits the target that you're throwing it to, right?
Couldn't restore anything.
Huge time sensitivity there. You're fielding the ball. You don't have a whole lot of time, no time to think, but you don't have a whole lot of time to organize and get into a, throwing posture, whatever. You're just trying to get rid of it in the quickest, efficient window that you can. And more often times than not, dude, that athleticism will take over, and boom, there you have your most powerful, athletic, repeatable, consistent throwing mechanics. Like, boom, there it was. And you just increase the reps of those, dude. Now we're cooking with some kerosene. I think sometimes we get so hung up in like, all right, I'm a pitcher, I make my money from the mound, and I got to do these mechanics where I separate hands, load, bop, bop, and it's like we get a little bit too involved mentally, and then it takes us out of flow, and it takes us out of that rhythmicity, if you will. And, next thing you know, we're robots, and we don't have any adaptability. Take ground balls, throw on the run, throw on the 6-hole, throw on the 4-hole, like different types of throws under different types of constraints, whether it be time or whether it be like velo tracking, right? You can't throw under 70, whatever the case may be. You're thoroughly enjoying it. Competitive fun, and it's a good challenge, dude. And when you go to shag, dude, power shag and make throws out of it, whether it's cutting a ball off that's going to the wall, or whether it's like you gotta track a fly ball down and then catch it and throw it to the, these are all really, really good throwing development things. And then catch play. Practice your pickoff moves, not just because you want to get good at pickoffs, dude, but like that's a different throw in and of itself, and it requires a lot of athleticism, right? The more throws that your body's equipped to make, dude, like now you have a vast array of different movements that involve a throw. Now the adjustments and the adaptability come, right? Because your body knows what that throw looks like and how to deviate ever so slightly to accomplish it. Throw on your knees, long toss on your knees, long toss from a half kneeling position. It's not just about doing random things because they look cool. That's a super high athletic movement demand. Being able to do that is going to help you in all of your other throws. I love forcing the body to be able to throw at a certain distance, restricting the lower half from its movement. You force the upper body to then generate more rotational torque, force the trunk to operate in unison with the throwing arm. And again, these are all things that don't require a ton of mental attention. It doesn't require you to mentally have to articulate specific movements that you're trying to feel through space that are happening super freaking quick, right? When you're in flow, the movement quality improves so much. I say all this based off my experience and going down the rabbit hole of trying to fine-tune mechanics and your delivery and all of those things, but it's just the route that you take to do it, I think, can be drastically better when you force your body to adapt to the environment. All right, back into the video. Another thing, throw 90-foot bullpens. Most underrated pitching development practices, in my opinion. I just think it's all about the ability to deviate and still accomplish the task, right? So the distance is a deviation tool that you can use. If you have the ability to execute pitches at 90 feet, I promise you it's gonna feel way easier to execute pitches at 60 feet. So throw 90-foot bullpens. Scoot your catcher way back. Go for it. Hey. Oh. Hey, how you guys doing? I completely forgot one of the most fun things that I would encourage pitchers to do. Freaking hit, dude. Ah! Ah! I was writing all these freaking things down, and I don't know how I forgot to swing.
Yep.
Why I think pitchers should hit, dude, is because rotation is rotation. Especially when you add a component in that is violency within your rotation. And I just watched Shohei Ohtani, and I think that's a case in point in and of itself. Could be a great development tool for a lot of pitchers really trying to obtain that like feeling of being powerful within their rotation. A lot of guys nowadays are doing like the water bag stuff, but back in my day, no one really thought to put water in a bag and then rotate their torso really hard. So we just grew up swinging a freaking big old stick and trying to hit taters, you know? There it is. In all seriousness, I really do believe hitting is very similar to pitching in the sense of you're trying to build energy in the ground and release with your rotation. Those are some simple encouragements I have for pitchers. If you want to listen to me, great. If not, no worries. Hopefully that helps. As always, reach out. Question platform, therobbyrowshow.com/ask. If you're interested in working with me remotely, therobbyrowshow.com/coaching. Hum babe, hum skeins, and we'll see you next time. A little Volk pay for the kids. See ya.